Welcome everyone. Welcome to how to get clients with live events or virtual events. Depends how you want to call them. I'm Alessandro. I'm the founder of the Escape 95 Club and we're here live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. We are on different places at the same time. And today we're going to talk about clients. You know that with me is all about clients, it's all about virtual events, and this is the cornerstone of my business: live events, virtual events, and being in real time with your audience. And today I'm going to show you how to attract these high-paying clients using virtual events. So if you don't know anything about virtual events, if you're not running them, if you're afraid to run them, or if you're skeptical about this technique, I will try to shed some light on the strategy today. Anyway, since we are on different places, I'm keeping an eye at the chat on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Wherever you are, just drop in the comments where you are watching from, your city, your country. Let everyone else know where you are at the moment. This is a big community. The Escape 95 Club is a big tribe, and we are located everywhere in the world. But I want to know where you are right now. So just take a second to write in the comments where you're watching this event from. And it looks like that everything is working here. At least I'm taking a look at stats, and looks like everything is working well. We're live on 3 different platforms at the same time. So let's start. Well, anyway, keep writing in the comments where you're from, and I will keep an eye every now and then on the comments. So if there is any question that I can address, or if there is any feedback that I can mention during the live, I will definitely do it. All right, cool. Let's keep going. And other thing I forgot, if there is anything that is not working, if you can't hear me, if you can't see the slides, like if there is anything that is not working, let me know in the chat, so I will try to fix it on the go. That said, this is just some of the first thing that I want to say, but we are here for a different reason. So let's get into the attract method, the client attract method using live events. I have a couple of points here, and I would like you to take notes because it's difficult to remember everything that I will say because I have different things I will go through. I want to start with the first thing. Maybe you already know what I'm going to say. But you know, the title of your event is one of the most important things that you have to think about. Because if your title is not appealing, if your title doesn't attract the interest of your clients and your audience, they will never watch the live event and they will never register for it. It all starts with the title. And if the title is not good enough, well, everything that you will do after that won't work at all because people won't watch it, won't register for it. We need to think about the title. We need to spend 80% of the time thinking about the title. It's incredibly important. There is one thing that I learned running and growing a YouTube channel. I learned that the title and the thumbnail and the first 15 seconds of your video are the most important parts of your video. Imagine this. The title is a small part. The thumbnail is a small part. The first 15 seconds of that video are a small part. All the rest, we spend a lot of time with the video trying to make it look good, trying to make it interesting. But if the title is not catchy, if the thumbnail is not catchy, if the first 15 seconds of your video, they're not catchy, no one will watch the rest of the video. So we need to focus on the right title. We need to think about what our live event will be called. I have a few advice about title and I'm going to write them here on my whiteboard. The first of all, let's put number 1. Number 1 is title. Now with title, you absolutely need to be really clear on what you're gonna explain and what you're gonna share. Look at this one, how to attract clients using virtual events. Is really clear. There is no way to understand that I'm talking about something else. There is no way to be misunderstood here. I'm talking about getting clients and I'm talking about virtual events. I'm super clear. Now you know what I'm gonna provide to you and how. So I want you to be as clear as possible. Don't try to create curious, interesting title because it doesn't work. It has to be really clear. It has to be really immediate. So clear, compelling title. Another thing that you have to think about title is keywords. Keywords as well are important. Because remember, some people will find your event, if it's on social media, some people will find it in the search field using the search engine of that platform. So if they're looking for clients, probably they're gonna find my event because my event has the keyword clients. If they want to know a little more about live events or virtual events, guess what? I have a keyword here. Use the keywords in your title. Think about what are the most important keywords that you should put in your titles and then put them there or in the description, or put them both on the title and on the description. And then, you just need to test. If you run an event and it's not going to work, if that event is not going to attract many people, don't worry. You can try again and again and again and again. So you need to A/B test your titles. The great thing about going live on social media is the fact that you can do it every single day. So if your event that you're running is going to bomb, you can try again. Nothing is going to happen to your business or to you. You can try again, you have another chance. So test different titles, see what attract more interest, see what kind of webinars or masterclasses or events they are attracting more people, and then keep using the same keywords or the same title. This is simple. You just need to test and refine the process. Now, the other thing that is really important, and I put it under number 2, are reminders. People can sign up for your event, but it's not sure that these people will attend. Why? Because life gets in the way. Because they will get busy, or maybe they just forget about your event. They're really interested, they're really into your event, they sign up and they want to be there, and then they just forget because you're not that rememberable. I'm sorry to say this, I don't want to be harsh, but you're not that rememberable. There are so many distractions online, there are so many distractions in life in general, so your event is not the keystone of their life, and they can forget. So you need to send reminders. You need to send reminders over and over and over again. Now, if you signed up for this event, or if you signed up for one of my live events in the past, you know that I send emails. You know that I send SMS. You know that I send messages on WhatsApp. Actually, there is one thing that I do when I create a registration page. I ask for the name, for the email address, and for the phone number. You don't need to ask for the phone number because obviously you will get less attendees because not everyone will want to share their phone numbers with you. You can ask just for the email address, but I just want to let you know that the open rate for emails is around 20-25%. That means that 80% of your audience will never see your reminders. That's why some people, they won't attend. So if you can ask for the phone number, well, it's a good idea. Okay, it's a good idea to ask for a number. So you need to remind, I'm not saying every single day, but if I sign up for your event and your event is in 3 days, I would like to be reminded today, the day of the event, 1 hour before the event, and when you go live. So try to remind that person that there is something that they signed up for. And you can do this via email. You can do this via SMS. You can do this with, I use WhatsApp because it works really well. But you can even stay with emails and try that because obviously you have to pay more to send SMSs and WhatsApp messages. Okay, cool. Right. I want to remind you guys, anytime you have questions, just drop your questions in the comments so I can take a look at them. And if there is something that I can answer on the go, I will do it. Okay. Now, other thing that you have to do during an event, let me put it here. Really, really important. Engagement. Engagement during the event, absolutely mandatory. There are different ways to run an event. You can do a monologue. You can just talk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes without having any interaction with your audience. And this is the wrong way. Or you can use the possibility to be live with your audience and have a conversation with them. Ask questions. Push them to take action. Push them to reply back to your answers. Push them to write something in the comments. Why do you want to do that? Because look, if your event is going to be 30 minutes long, or 40 minutes, or 50, or an hour, and you don't engage at all with your audience, they will get bored. They will get bored. It's normal. It's normal, especially if you're running an event at the end of the day. People are tired. So they need to be engaged. They need to answer to questions. They need to do something while they're watching, not something else, but something like interacting with your content. This is the only way to keep people active during your event. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm asking questions. I want you to do something while you're watching. I don't want you to watch this passively because look, you're gonna get bored and you're gonna leave. I try to make you take action. So that's why I said, look, if you have any questions, just put in there. At the beginning, I asked where you're watching from. And I will ask more questions for the reason why I want you to be engaged. I want you to stay active during the event because your event can be incredibly interesting, and I'm not doubting about that. It's absolutely interesting and you're a great speaker, but you need to engage. So please try to engage with your audience. Don't forget this. While you're going with your event, what I said is questions. Other thing that you can do, respond in real time. That's another thing that you can do. That's one of the great things about live events, right? So real time interaction with your audience. That's another great thing that you absolutely need to do. Try to have a conversation. This is not just you speaking to the camera or speaking to the screen. It's you with an audience. And remember, that audience is there listening to what you're saying or watching your content. And if you don't engage with them, they will leave or they will get bored. And you don't want that, right? Nice. Okay, so we already have 3 important points here. And one thing I want to ask you, I forgot to ask you at the beginning, actually, because this is about live events. And as you can see, I'm live here. I'm in real time. This is not recorded. This is real time. So have you ever run live events? Have you ever done it in the past? Just put a number 1 if you've done it in the past, or put a number 0 if you never run an event, you've never run an event before, and because maybe you think it's too difficult and you're not prepared enough to do that. Just put a number 1 if you run a live event in the past. Put a number 0 if you never run a live event in the past, so I know what kind of audience I have here. Because in case you never run a live event in the past, you never done it, well, in that case, I want you to take a leap of faith. I want you to try it. I know that it's scary. I know that you think you're not ready for it, but I want you to take action, because the only way to learn how to run these live events is to do it. And the first time is not going to be great. The first time you're going to make a lot of mistakes. The first time you're going to be afraid, you're going to be nervous. But guess what? The more time you go live, the more comfortable it becomes and the more second nature it will become for you. And this is where I want you to be. I want you to be really natural in front of the camera. I want you to be relaxed. I want you to go with the flow. This is when you don't need a teleprompter anymore. This is when you just have a bullet list and you go through all the bullets of the things that you have to cover. And you don't need to have a script. You don't need to read anything. And when you get a question, you're not nervous because you're on your content and you're an expert. This is where I want you to be. I want you to get to the stage, and the only way to get to the stage is to practice, practice, practice. There is no other trick. There is no other shortcut. Okay. Gemma, yes, this is live through, not through LinkedIn. I use a platform called Ecamm. I can put it in the comments here. So if any one of you is interested, you can take a look at that. It's called Ecamm Live. It's a platform that allows you to go live on different platforms at the same time. You can do it on LinkedIn, I guess. You know, I never tried this. I never tried to go live on LinkedIn using the LinkedIn platform. Since I never tried, I guess you can do it because on Facebook you can do it, but I'm not sure 100%. Instead, I suggest you to use one of those platforms that allow you to go live on different places like Ecamm. So look for it. Another great platform is Restream. Another great platform is StreamYard. Pretty sure you're familiar with StreamYard because it's the most famous one, the most popular one for streamers on social media. So just take a look at that. Just do some search, get on Google, look for Ecamm, and maybe I think that they have a trial. You can start a trial, give it a go, see how it goes, and keep doing. This is my suggestion for you. My recommendation is to keep going. Okay, keep going. All right, keep asking questions, guys. Okay, just put your questions. As you can see, I address any questions that I find in the comments. So let's make this more interesting. All right. Now, let's keep going. 4. Is next step. Look, there should always be a next step for your live event. Whatever is your live event, you always need to have something you're leading people to. With every live event, you need to have a next step, some place that could be another event. You know, if you're not familiar with the concept of event stacking, this is something that I cover a lot with my private group. It's about moving people through events. So you run an event and you move people to another event. That could be a bigger event. That could be a paid event. That could be a boot camp. This is moving people from an event to another. Or you can want someone to take care of your offer. Or maybe you invite someone to have a call with you. So my suggestion for you in this case is, look, you always need to have a CTA. You always need to have a CTA for your event. If you don't have a product, if you don't have an offer, if you don't have an online course, if you don't have, just invite people to a call. So I'm going to put here CTA. And the easiest way to start with this without having a product, nothing at all, are 2 ways. I'm going to give you 2 ways actually. The first way is to book a call. So book a call with me on Zoom and let's talk more about how it is to work with me. The other one is to create a waiting list. Let's say that you want to create a course. I want to give you this example. Let's say that you want to create a course, but the course is not ready, or you even haven't started working on your course, but you want to create it. You can create a waiting list and you can prove if your idea is a good idea. So let's say that I want to create an online course about how to run live events, but I'm not sure if there is demand out there, if people want it. You know what I do? I run events and I create a waiting list. So if this is the case, I would say, you know what? I'm working on an online course about how to use live events to get clients. If you want to know when I will open the doors for this course, sign up for my waiting list. And I will notify you when the course will be open. Right? And then you can share the link in the comments, you can share the link here on the screen and people can sign up for it. Actually, talking about this, I don't know if you are in the Escape 95 Club newsletter, but if you're not, I just put the link in the comments and you can join. The great thing about this newsletter is that, well, first of all, you're gonna receive, reminders about when I go live. You're gonna receive advice, recommendations. But another thing that I added to it is this. Let me show you. I'm gonna move to my browser and I will show you. Okay, this is the landing page to sign up for my newsletter. Apart from the fact that you will be part of the Escape 9 to 5 newsletter, you will receive a new document that I created, a new ebook that is called How to Attract High-Paying Clients Using Virtual Events. It's an ebook where I go step by step of the things that you have to do, and I give you more recommendations than this masterclass, because I will have more space to share with you. So I have more time. So please use the link that I just put in the comments. Otherwise, something that you can do is actually to scan this QR code here. I have a QR code, so if you're watching this on the screen of a computer, or if you're watching this on the TV, I have no idea where you're watching this from, just scan that QR code. It will send you to the page that you see here. You can sign up for the newsletter and you will receive immediately my ebook, How to Attract High-Paying Clients Using Live Events, Virtual Events. Or otherwise, you have the link here. Just write this link on your browser and sign up for the newsletter, or use the link that you will find in the comments. Okay. All right. So let me see here if this thing. Don't worry, Gemma, if you need to go ahead. You will be able to watch the replay. Thank you so much for being here anyway. And guys, another thing that I wanted to ask you, since I want to know, okay, I want to know if you're running live events at the moment. Do you run live events? Put a number 1 if you're doing it. Put a number 1 if you're running live events, if you're hosting live events. I don't care where. Maybe you go live on LinkedIn. Maybe you go live on Zoom. Maybe on Facebook. I don't care. The thing that I want to know is if you go live consistently, and if you try this, if you try to create virtual events in order to attract your clients. Let me know in the comments. Put a number 1 if you're doing it, number 0 if you're not doing it. I want to know, because I want to see at what stage you are with your client attraction method. So drop a number 1 or drop a number 0 in the comments. That said, let's continue with my list. So number 4 was next step. Okay, as I told you, if you don't have an offer, you can invite people for a call. This is still a great next step. And another thing that no one does, and it's really important, so I'm gonna put it here, number 5, is to track your attendees. Track the people in your event. Take a look at the people that were there watching. Don't forget about this, and add them to a hot list. A hot list of people that you can interact with, that you can get in touch with. And another thing is follow up. Look, follow up immediately after the event, because they're warm. They've been watching your event. Maybe they liked it. Maybe they watched you talking for half an hour. Look, if they were there consuming your content for half an hour, they were interested. There is no other reason why they were watching and they were consuming. They were interested. So you know what? Maybe they weren't ready to book a call with you straight away, but you can follow up and you can tell them, look, let's book a call. Let's jump on a call. Let's talk. Let's see if we can work together. But do it while they're warm. Don't wait. Don't leave time pass, because if you just postpone this thing, people will forget about the great content that they consumed from you. They will forget how great that live event was. They will forget that feeling. And that's when they will move from warm to cold. And then you can't have a call with them anymore. So just follow up as soon as possible. Okay, as soon as possible. Don't forget this. I want to do a recap of everything that I shared with you guys. So, how to attract clients using virtual events. Number 1, work on your title. Try to create a title that is clear, that is compelling, that has keywords that you want people to find if they're searching on social media, and then test, A/B test your title. The great thing about running virtual events is that if your virtual event will bomb, you can run another one and you can try another title. And maybe the next title is going to work way better. Number 2, reminders. Send email reminders, send SMS, send WhatsApp messages. Make the other person know that you are going live, that you are there, and they can watch your live event. Number 3, engagement. Ask questions. Create engagement. Try to create a conversation while you're running the event, otherwise the other people on the other side of the screen, they will get bored and they will leave. And then always have a next step for every event you're running. A next step, have a CTA. If you don't have an offer, invite people to have a call with you. It's always good to have a call with someone who was watching your event for 30 minutes. Think about that. Think about how interested they are in what you have to say. So why not jumping on a call with these people, with this warm members of your tribe? And number 5, track the people who are watching the event. Track them. Don't let them slip through the cracks. Try to remember or create a list of people who were on your event and they were watching, and then follow up immediately. Don't make them get cold. When the event is over, reach out to the people who were there watching and thank them for watching your event, for joining your event. And then maybe you can jump on a call again, right? Now, with that said, guys, I want to remind you, again, if you haven't done it, please get on the newsletter. Get in on the Escape 95 newsletter. You have the link here. You have the link in the comments. You can scan this QR code and get on my newsletter. You will get for free immediately the How to Attract High-Paying Clients Using Virtual Event ebook. It's a new ebook that I created, completely new. I put in there all the steps that you have to take. Please read it because I'm super proud of it, and I spent so much time to create the best ebook that explain how to use virtual event to get high-paying clients. And with that said, remember that every single week we interview a new expert. We had an interview with Charlie Hills a couple of days ago. It was great. If you missed that, get on my LinkedIn account. In my account, you will find that interview. Watch it because it was great. It was about AI content creation. If you don't know how to use AI tools to create your content, that interview is gonna shake your world. It was incredible. 30 minutes of content of value that explains to you how to use AI tools in the best way possible to be a content creator. So get in there. And if you're not following me on LinkedIn, give me a follow, because we go live every single week, either to interview someone or with a masterclass like this one. Guys, it was a pleasure. I hope that you got some good content during this session here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to see you next week again with another great masterclass. Have a great rest of the week, and remember, join the Escape 95 newsletter. See you there.